enterprise, and personally me as an entrepreneur. One is Badi Koti, which is a humble heritage hotel in Murshidabad. And the second is our legacy brand, which is Indian Silk House Agencies. It's again a brand which got started in 1971 and is known for saris above anything else. And I would like to just take the opportunity to just share how private entrepreneurs look at brand building. DVC today, of course, your industry leaders. I think everything here with power, with everything is around what DVC has given us. So thank you for that. But more importantly, how we look at the industry. So before I get to Badi Koti, I think I'll take this opportunity also to thank all the women here wearing saris, because I think that becomes the most important touch point of our state and our culture also. So how we look at very interesting facts, and as a business, I think it's very important to be very data driven. So to give you a little bit of interesting data points, saris today is a 80,000 crore business. So a lot of people, and with DVC, of course, you're always talking in thousands of crores and but it's very important to understand what is the meaning of 80,000 crores. So one is 80,000 crores being saris, and generally if you ask anyone in Delhi, Bombay, in any of the larger cities, the first thing will be, आजकल saris कौन पहनता है? Saris तो बने आजकल नतून बच्चारा, no, everyone's wearing Indo-Western and everyone wearing dresses, etc. No one wears saris. Now, to give you a strong data set comparison, the eyewear industry today is at 60,000 crores, growing at a CAGR of 6%, whereas the sari industry is at 80,000 crore, growing at a CAGR of 12%. So earlier, when people used to do businesses, when we saw our forefathers, do business, it was with very different pillars. Today, I think to scale any business, and which is where the digital age and the word digital comes in, I think you have to have a story, and a genuine, authentic story. Without a story, I don't think today any brand in any industry, be it steel, manufacturing, whatever it is, without a story, I think there is no brand. So if the storytelling is there, I think you conquer half of the war today in the digital age. People spend, including ourselves, we would spend so much of money doing advertisements, doing campaigns, etc. But that one viral content, which has taken all of 10,000 rupees to make by some powerful storyteller, possibly will get 5 million views compared to an ordinary ad which has spent maybe crores. Likewise, social media today, we have to accept, is a necessity. You can't turn a blind eye saying, I'm not on social media. You have to be on social media because that is the mode of communication today. And I think therein comes the larger part of how do you distinguish yourself. So I'm not gonna, because of course we are limited by time, and we've got two stalwarts here also we would love to hear from. So I'm just gonna quickly show the power of storytelling through a very small project. So Murshidabad, just to put things into perspective, is a small district 4 hours away from Calcutta. Back in the days, contributed 5% of the world's GDP. And at that point in time, of course, within Murshidabad, there are two twin cities called Azimganj and Jiaganj, which is across the river. And they had more wealth than the combined wealth of the British aristocracy. That was the power of this region. That was the power of Bengal. And like every 100 years, history changes, evolves, and there's a multiple of things that happens. And Murshidabad now is nicknamed as the unknown wealth capital of the world. So in there, while there was nothing, zero economy, was our ancestral palace that was just lying to rot. And from there we started this humble exercise, and I'm just going to quickly show you a few images more than anything. This was the state of our project, if you're able to see on the screen. And absolutely in doldrums, everything taken away, the walls were cracking, and people said, my biggest enemy was the trees. So trees eat everything, right? So we dealt with all of this, and we used the local community. We use the local community to restore the whole of Badi Koti. We very proudly say today, we don't hire a single hotel management personnel. We take everyone from the local community.
Only continuing our legacy just because of the stories our forefathers have set for us. Starting from Rabindranath Tagore loving Nobin Das's Rasgulla, and he could distinguish any other Rasgulla from Nobin Das's without seeing any brand name or anything. In those days, you wouldn't have any wrappers, printed wrappers then. But he could understand the taste of the difference of Nobin Das's Rasgulla. And the first canned form of Rasgulla, that was also from the hands of K.C. Das himself, along with his youngest son Sharada Charan Das, who was then the research assistant of Sir C.V. Raman in Rajabhat Science College. So both of them worked out to devise this vacuum-packed form of Rasgulla. And Rasgulla was the first Indian dessert to be vacuum-packed in those days, in 1930. Because of this, the vacuum-packed Rasgulla, somehow Rasgulla has become an icon of Bengal throughout the world. As because it is the only sweet, I think, which can travel globally.
So this is the biggest danger that we have today, attention span and grabbing that. The only way we can break this 5-second rule is if I'm very clear who I'm talking to, which means that unless I know exactly what to say within those few seconds, I'm losing that customer. So therefore, the target audience and what they are interested in, 5 seconds of communication, because after that he is going to flip from me. And the third is ensuring that whatever you commit, please keep that through in terms of experience that the customer